good morning, good afternoon, good evening, no matter where you're coming from. Let's go. Let's go. I hope you are doing well.
We don't get got.
We don't get got, indeed. We go get. Let's go. Last class. I'm so excited that you all are here. We got some things to reminisce, some things to celebrate, some thank yous to be had. But let's just take it in for a moment. As a community, let's take in chat. Let's take in the Twitchness. I hope you all are doing well.
First try.
Melody Dev, hey, thank you for the gifted subs and congrats. Huge. Thank you all so much for being here. Don't cry. Yeah. It's so good to see you all. It's so good to get to spend another morning, afternoon, or evening with you. And we got some fun stuff to get into, some things we're going to talk about, some things that we're going to celebrate. It ain't the end, though. It ain't the end. This community is just getting started. And so tonight we celebrate that just a little bit. Civic, you got an 80K offer today? Let's go. There were some folks that sneaked in today. I saw even in the celebrations channel. I was counting up the jobs. And I do what? Bruh. D5, D8, DC, A. Thank you for the gifted subs. I was counting up the jobs, and I don't keep track of them during the cohort. Indifferent A, thank you for being here. I don't keep track of them during the cohort. I think that's too much for me to focus on each one coming in. So I like that focus to shift. Like once graduation, once today's done, I shift my focus. It comes all about focus getting the job. I try to lean into the stand-ups. I try to lean into that focus. So I don't pay attention to it during the cohort. I think that's the wrong focus because truly, if you've gotten a job already, that's great, but you're ahead of the curve. You should be like applying now, not applying, but like networking your way in now. Micah A, thank you for the gifted subs. And so I was going through it. And I really thought it'd be like 50. And I was like, all right, we have like 50 in the bank. It's kind of where it was the previous cohort. Maybe 75. I see them come through. And I just texted my wife. I was like, what the fuck is going on? Like it's not stopping. I'm screenshotting. Like it's literally not stopping. It was way more than I ever imagined at this stage of program because we're just getting started. Yes, tonight is the last class, but this community is just getting started with the hunt. And so it blew my mind. We're going to talk about that in a bit, though. We're going to talk about that in a bit. Get in here. We always like to start off, as you know, with the questions and stuff like that. We're going to get to there in a second. As you know, I always put lyrics on every slide. The slides aren't the ones on the Nightbot because I don't want people to be able to like peek ahead. But I always put lyrics on every single slide deck I've ever made. I put the lyrics on there, and this lyric means a lot to me, and I think it means a lot for our community. And so this is 21 Savage's reply to folks calling him out from being from the UK, and I love this. He said, I'll risk it all for a name. I was coming hard before I came. I ain't know nothing about no visa. I was in the park with the gang. Mom's been feeling bad. I try to tell her she's not to blame. No social security. Couldn't get a license, but I still didn't complain. I went and got it. We are not the same. We're not the same, folks. Everyone that's here right now is not the same. We came, we got it, because we go get. And I don't know how to say it any better than that. But we came and we got. We didn't get got, we came and we got. We are not the same. Each person that showed up, that's given up their nights, their weekends, their free time to pursue a dream, to pursue a better life for themselves, to pursue a better life for their family, to pursue a better life, and actually went about it. Because so many folks reach out, Leon, how can I code? How can I learn how to do this? How can I do this? So many folks think they want it. They'll even say they want it, but they're not ready to carry the boats and the logs. And each person that continue to show up class after class, week after week, month after month, putting in the work, you're not the same. You're built different. You have something in you that other folks don't have. You're a fucking software engineer. But more than that, you got heart. It takes a lot to continue to show up. So I don't care where you're at in the process. I don't care how deep in the hunt you are. I don't care if you're on class 1 or class 69. You're not the same. You decided there was something that you wanted, and you put in the work to get it done. Unlike thousands and thousands of other people that say they want it, but they kind of want it. And they're not willing to put in the work. So I want you to carry that with you through tonight, through the rest of our time together as we kind of wrap up the things we need to wrap up with this cohort. But for forever, there's people that say they're about it, and then there are people that are about it. You're about it. And no matter what comes your way, no matter how hard the hunt is, I want you to know that I believe in you, this community believes in you, and you'll get where you want to go. Manage your frustration, be consistent, and take care of yourself. You're not the same. Cool. All right, so tonight I got a lot of thank yous I need to throw out there. A lot of things I want to say. We're gonna talk about what's next, and then we're gonna hang out. We're gonna do some stuff together this evening. So, as always, I like to give folks a few seconds to get in here. You got questions? I got some answers. Will there be pizza? So many people have said they were getting Domino's. Like people were at stand up were saying they got their Domino's already. If you're eating your Domino's, cheers to you. Today's my birthday. Hold on. What? Today's my birthday, our graduation. I got a call from recruiter today telling me they're giving me an offer. Over 6 figures, 95% remote, Fortune 500. TJ Ken, congratulations. That's huge. We have like 3 or 4 people already said they're getting jobs in the chat. Like what? I have no idea if this still works. This might be a hot mess. Let's see. All right, it still works. Look at me go. Happy birthday and congratulations on the new job. That's wild. We gotta update these numbers. We gotta update these numbers, folks. Will we get a questionnaire for the stats at some point? Yeah. Bilal and I are gonna be working on a couple different surveys that we'll be sending out post program. One will be just like feedback, like, hey, what things do you want to see change? What things went well? What didn't go well? Like, really trying to figure out how we could improve things. And then the other one will just be like, hey, tell me all the good stuff that happened. Tell me about your clients, tell me about your jobs, tell me about your open source projects. Like a lot of the stuff that just happen throughout the cohort. We like to keep track of it, just so that we can share it with the community and do something cool with it, and hopefully inspire folks that are still in the catch-up crew, to inspire folks that might want to do a possible next cohort. So yeah, Jasper with the stretch. Hey, thank you. Not gonna do more. You know what you need to do if you want to see the real stretching. Oh, and a hydrate. Thank you for the hydrate. Cheers to you. Let's go. Cool. Sending channel points like they're going out of style. When will merch be available? Well, I wheeled and dealed. 100 of y'all could get free merch, because we're all about the free stuff. We're going to talk about that in a bit. We'll have merch later on, but there is going to be a way for you to get free merch that we're going to talk about towards the end of tonight. We have a sponsor that's going to sponsor merch, which is wild. I'm really excited about it. So we'll talk about that at the end. Once we have we're going to have some fun tonight. We're going to have like another like virtual conference party, whatever we want to call it. And we'll have the merch available then as well. As always, I don't make any money off the merch. We sell it at cost, as cheap as we can make it. Yeah. Cool. Release the office hours videos? Nope. No, unfortunately not. There are some perks of going through the program live, and that's one of them. Are you doing a cohort 3? It's not actually that's not on me. That's on y'all. We're going to talk about that in the end. Back end review will make it onto YouTube. We're still behind on YouTube. Now that we're done with class and I have more time, we'll be able to upload everything. Cool. All right, everybody. Thank you for the questions. Let's get into it. Hey. This community. Ugh. You said this. You and this community motivate me every day. I feel the exact same way. All right, folks. Important stuff. This Friday, T-Spill will be at 6 o'clock in our classroom. No, on Discord. Old slide. 6 o'clock on Discord, T-Spill. If you haven't been coming to these T-Spills, you're missing out. Really just phenomenal information, phenomenal just like gems being dropped, like real boots on the ground experience of what it's like to really get a job. So definitely check out these T-Spills. There's just stuff that we can't say outside of them. And so to really ask real questions about what it's really like to get a job, the real nitty gritty, the things that worked, that didn't work, that's Friday. And we're going to keep them going. T-Spills are going to keep going into the holidays. And we have a lot of folks that got jobs. So I think we can kind of keep this going for a while, because I really think it's important. I think it's where we share a lot of the important bits on how to get a job and what it's like the real experience is really like. We're still keeping up our Sunday office hours. So not this Sunday. I'm taking the weekend off, folks. Not this. What? You were saying connection? Network error 2. That's not on my end. It seems like it's on they're running ads or something. That's weird. Let's see. No, I'm live. Yeah, I think they tried to run ads for some reason. Yeah. Yeah, I didn't see any spikes on mine. So yeah, it must have been them trying to run ads or something. Cool. Twitch was taking a break too. Exactly. So Sunday, I'm taking this Sunday off, but we'll be back next week. We're also doing daily stand up. So every single day, we have stand up. And yeah, I think that's on Twitch's side. Wasn't bothered on mobile. Yeah. What is up with people getting jobs today? What? Why? Share on Discord, please. If you got a job today, please put it in the celebrations channel. Leon 100 devs, thank you. Got a job today. I want you to know that I quit. I quit about 8 weeks ago. Getting back into class. Like what? That's wild. That's wild. 6 figures. Hey, congratulations. Twitch doesn't want you to graduate. Mar redeemed a spicy rant. Mar, what's your spicy rant? Pedagogy of the Oppressed, positive version, how you use it to improve people's lives. Interesting. Okay, so a positive spicy rant. I'll figure out. Let me see. How can I make it spicy but positive? All right. Education is fucked. Let's start there. So if you didn't see it, they redeemed a spicy rant. The way that I teach was heavily impacted by a book called Pedagogy of the Oppressed. The core tenet is this idea that the oppressed are just as equally able to lead their education as the oppressors. And it fundamentally changed how a lot of folks teach. And for me, it has probably been the biggest impact on my pedagogy. So no testing, no quizzes, nothing where I am the arbiter of your success, right? Even things like me giving you solutions to problems is a problem, because why am I here to say that your stuff is better than my stuff, or my stuff is the correct way of doing something? And so you'll notice that a lot of stuff has always been binary. Does it look like the salon website? Does it look like the brownies recipe? Does it, you decide whether or not you have achieved the goals and the objectives. Yes, I'm here to shine a light, but I am not here to dictate what success looks like for you. Also, why I don't have a curriculum, because having a curriculum is oppressive. It means that I am the one in control of what we do and how we do it, and that's just fucked up. I rather see how folks are going, and if we need to take 3 weeks to cover a topic, we take 3 weeks to cover a topic. If I planned out 2 weeks to cover something and it takes us a class, well, then it's my job to figure out how the next class should be the thing that we should be moving on to. And so this idea that there are a lot of things in our educational model that are pretty just damn bad. There's also this idea of banking models of education. There's a lot of things that just come up that we've just been ingrained into how education should be. And the thing I love most about 100 devs is we're proving that we can throw it all out and have amazing results, right? You don't need to pay tens of thousands of dollars. You don't need to have an in-classroom experience. You can do it online from the comfort of your own home or library or wherever you watch these classes. You don't need a lot of stuff that the traditional system says that we need. And that's been the grand experiment with 100 devs, because I didn't know if it would work. And as you're hearing in the T spills, there's some OGs and then there are some triple OGs. And we did it in increments, right? We had this first like 5-week course where it's like, can I teach online? And then we did a smaller like cohort and we got jobs, and then we did a bigger cohort and we got jobs, and we have a lot of stuff to build. The current way 100 devs works still lets folks fall through the cracks. There are still things that we need to improve and fix to make sure that everyone has a fair shot at getting a job that could fundamentally change their lives. And we're going to talk about that. I have some ideas about ways I think we can do it. I have some ideas about what I think the next version of 100 devs should look like, but I want to work with y'all. Like there is no next cohort without the community coming together to build what that next cohort looks like. And that's what I'm most excited about. Once we've gotten past graduation and once folks have gotten jobs and they have the energy and time to pull folks along with them, what could that really look like at scale? And I think we have an opportunity to do something really, really special. There are so many folks that reach out that are built different, just like we are, that just need a fair shot at working hard, a fair shot at an educational opportunity that doesn't cost money that their family will never see in their lifetimes, a fair shot at realizing that not everyone has the privilege of sitting through this much educational opportunity without making money. And so I think we're going to talk about that at the end of today. I think there's a lot of things that we are in a unique position to change fundamentally about education, how people learn, how people support themselves while they're learning, and can ultimately change their lives. And so that's the goal, and we're living it. We're absolutely fucking living it. The amount, and this rant will come to an end. The amount of hate you have to endure to do good on the internet right now is absurd. The number of comments that I get, the emails, the messages, the replies about how what we're doing is wrong, or they just don't like the way that we teach, or they don't like the things that I say. Like, the haters, they can all go fuck themselves. We got hundreds of jobs. We got hundreds of jobs. Bruh. Hundreds. Go fuck yourself. Stay mad. Big mad. We're going to keep getting jobs. And once we get jobs, we're bringing 3 more folks along with us. So you can keep shining your golden gate, not realizing that we walked around it a year ago. Keep polishing it. That's all you're worth. So yeah, thank you for the rant. You gotta spend those channel points, folks. Read Pedagogy of the Oppressed. It's a dense book. It's not an easy book. Maybe read the Cliff Notes. I think there's a lot of stuff that once you like actually think about it, you go, wait a minute. The whole education system was just fucked up. Cool. All right. Let's go back to what we signed up to do. Hey, I gotta you spend the channel points. I gotta do it. Vega, thank you for the hydration. Cheers to you. Patrick, thank you. Stretch. All right. Thank you. Alrighty. Once again, we're doing daily stand-up. We have 500 plus people in these stand-ups every single day. We go through a technical coding question. We've been building up. Yesterday we saw sets and how we can start using sets to solve problems. Today we just answered questions because I wanted to make sure we had a lot of time for questions, because tomorrow we have T-Spill. But Monday through Thursday we have stand-up. Friday we typically have T-Spills. If we don't have a T-Spill, we have stand-up. But come through. The thing that makes me super excited is that I know there are 500 plus people still working every single day towards getting a job because they keep showing up to stand up, and I'm sure there's double that can't make it that time. But it's really motivational, and I'm going to keep doing them if people keep showing up. So definitely show up. We do about 20 minutes of reviewing a data structures and algorithms type problem, and about 10 minutes of answering questions from things folks are running into right now. Cool. Some wins we should talk about throughout the cohort. 245 plus hours streamed live on Twitch this cohort. 245 on Twitch. Then we also have Discord, which I couldn't find any analytics on how to do it on Discord, but 245 hours streamed of class and office hours. And then we're probably like another 40 plus hours on Discord because we switched to doing our power hours and our T-Spills and all that stuff on Discord. So we're probably like 300 hours just live together. And that's just me. That's not Stream Team. You include Stream Team, we're 1,000 hours of content easily for folks that are going through this cohort. So I think it's just amazing to sit back and think, if you came to every class, that's 245 hours you've invested in your education and your future and your career, and nobody could take that from you. You're built different. Let's go. Our community, this cohort, this isn't like in total because we still had stuff from last cohort. This cohort, 300 plus of y'all helped and volunteered with a grassroots organization or nonprofit. 300 plus people took their coding ability and helped a grassroots or nonprofit. $300 people took their skills and bettered the world with those skills. What? Let's go. $350 plus of y'all contributed to open source or free software projects. 350 plus of y'all. And these are just the people that tell me this stuff. Because I know there are some of you that are on this stream right now that have done this grassroots stuff, that have done this open source stuff, and just didn't fill out the form or post in the celebrations channel. I see you. Fill it out. When the survey comes out next week, fill it out so I know. 245 hours. I just want you to fill out a form, please. Just fill out a form, please. Please, just so we know. 300 plus of y'all grassroots orgs. 350 plus of y'all open source contributors. Y'all are open source contributors. You know how I know that y'all are open source contributors? Because people be emailing me. Leon, we have a lot of folks from 100 devs using our service or contributing code. Let's talk. Because when something good gets found out, y'all just zoop. And so I know y'all outside. Y'all outside, you online. I see y'all. 500,000 plus in client work. 500,000 plus. And I was trying to pull these numbers together. It's way more than 500,000. I was still counting at like 600, but 500, just 500,000 just sounds better. But I know it's over 600 at least. And I know a lot of y'all just don't tell me. And that's the beauty, right? The beauty, if you live up, you don't owe me shit. If you don't want to fill out the form, don't fill out the fucking form. I don't care. That's the beauty of 100 devs. You could never say anything, you could never do anything, you could still get the value out of it. You could still get all the benefits in the world, and I appreciate you all the same. I appreciate you all the same. But there's the folks that do let me know. And so I know it's above this, right? And as I was going through and I was pulling together the job posts, the wild thing is I was just like trying to screenshot all the jobs, is that like for every job there were like 3 people saying they got a client, and the amount of money that they were making while they were going through a program. That's the whole point. That's all I want to build.
We go get.
Education should not just be free, it should be paid. Not everyone has the privilege of free time to educate themselves and not make money. And so to see that we brought in over $500,000 while you were learning, that's the point. That's it. That's all I care about. That's the future. Time is a luxury that not everyone has. And if we can figure out how to make this work, that unlocks it for everyone. And so this is the number that the next number is great, but this is the number that I'm proud of. The fact that we were able to take the skills that you work so hard on and get value and give value to clients, and those clients gave you real money. That's huge. And then counting so far the jobs from just this cohort. Just this cohort were over 200. Like, this is what I was doing. I was like, all right, here are the ones I pinned from last cohort. Like over 100 jobs last cohort, easy. I pinned 50 of them in the channel. You can only pin 50 in the channel. It's like, all right, let me get the screenshots of all the rest. And I was thinking I'd be here with like 50, and you'll see the timestamps. It was just 3-4 hours. I was just screenshotting jobs. You ready? So this I thought this was funny. This is in the celebrations channel. My reaction when I go through those pinned stories, people making $14 an hour and getting written offers for 150,000. I wonder how life-changing it is for them. I love this. And then this person got a job. Boom, 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 boom. And some of these are like cohort 1 mixed in the beginning. Just folks that post in the celebration channel from this year. Boom, 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 boom. Hold on. Nah. Where's that hype? Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Boom. Boom. $200K? What? I need to make one of those TikToks where it's like from the Drake lyric. Don't tell me you ain't an educator if you ain't got 200 jobs. Like don't don't say you're a model unless you've been in Vogue. I just need to do this, and then it just needs to like stream through. This is the person that posted the original meme. I gotta stretch. This is tiring. Doing the tea spill tomorrow, folks. My finger's hurting. Too much winning. Let's fucking go. Let's fucking go. 10-second warning. 10-second warning. 5-second warning. That was a little egregious. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh my. Thank you for the hydration, Ayo. just fucking getting started, folks. We're just getting started. Most of y'all haven't even started the hunt yet. We're at 200 from this cohort alone, and we're not even like in the hunt for most of y'all. Like, what? Let's go. Now, for the triple OGs, I've mentioned this once before, but we were almost not named 100 devs. I almost went with the 300. There's some like sus stuff around like history that I didn't want to like name us the 300 because of, but that was my goal. I'm not a person that likes to like put my big goals out there. Like, I understand that the psychology behind doing it. I like to set the goals internally, and when I hit them, I let you all know. And so my big goal, where I was like, I sat down and I was like, if I did this and we really knocked it out the park, what would that look like? And I was like, 50 jobs, I've done that. 100 jobs, I've done that with RC. Like, if I'm going to do this online, we're going to open it up to as many folks. I was like, 200? And I was like, yeah, 200 something. And I was like, nah, 300. So 300 was like my pie in the sky. Like, if I put in 2 years worth of work, like that's when I would be happy about it. And we hit it. That's not where we're stopping, because we're just getting started, folks. The fact that 500 of y'all are still showing up to stand up every day, and I know not everybody can make that time, so there's like 1,000 plus of us that are still gearing up and readying for the hunt. There's no reason why we have to be 100 devs or the 300. It should be above 1,000, right? And so if you are here right now, I am going to ask you for one thing. I don't ever like to ask y'all for anything. In fact, you can disregard what I'm about to say. This should be completely free of money, free of expectations, free of anything coming my way. But I have an ask. If you are here, help each other get across the finish line. That's it. How many of us are there right now? I look before the great blackout. Well, now we're at 1,700. We're over 1,700 folks that are still carrying the boats and the logs. So if you're one of the 200 this cohort, when you're part of the 300 that have already gotten jobs from 100 devs, I want you to turn around, and the first thing I ever told you is bring 3 more. So if you've gotten through, turn around, bring 3 more with you. I don't care what that looks like, whether that's helping people on Discord, helping people that reach out to you on Twitter. Turn around and bring 3 more with you, because if the 300 turn around and bring 3, that's everyone here. All right. The folks that are still showing up to stand, the folks that are ready to carry the boats and the logs. That's the deal. All right. That's all it is. Just help. You got to add the 300 to it. That's 1,200. We're taking some creative liberties. And then you got to realize that those 3 then turn around and bring more. So it's exponential. We're talking like quadratic here. Like, it makes sense. Quick maths, right? You bring them along, and we all get there. If you're still here, don't give up. That's it. You heard it from folks in the Celebrations channel. You heard it from folks in the Tea Spill. Manage your frustration, be consistent, and take care of yourself, and you will get on this list as well. There is nothing stopping you from getting a career in tech other than you giving up. That's all there is. We're community taught through and through. This community will not let you fail if you lean into the community. If you ask questions on Discord, you'll get those questions answered. If you show up in voice channels, people will help you. If you show up to any of our events, people will help you. Community taught through and through. And if you've already made it through, it's time to turn around and bring more folks with you. We have a chance to do something really special, something that's never been done before, something that could change the lives of folks around the world. And we owe it to ourselves to take that shot, to not give up, to push to make things better, to push to help more individuals, and to give a little bit more time to those that need it. We're just getting started. Cool. Now, a lot of folks are saying thank you in chat. That's great. I don't like the thank yous. Because here's the thing. I didn't do the work. I get to make tweets that honestly make me look pretty good, but I didn't put in that labor. I didn't put in that work. I shined a light. Yeah, I did stream a little bit. I did some stuff. But you did the work. I can't force you to do it. I can't make you show up. I can't make you do the homework, do your code wars, do your Anki. You put in the work. And so while it's nice to say thank you, I don't like it. You put in the work. You are the arbiter of your success. The good things that are happening to you or will happen to you would have happened without me because you are built different. You decided to change your life. You decided to put in the work. You decided to not give up. You decided to do things that thousands and probably millions of other people won't do. The things that they say they want to do, but don't want to do. So for that, for doing that, for showing up time and time again, I am immensely thankful. Because I had a dream, I had something that I wanted to build, but it required you all to give me a little faith, to give me a little belief, and then to put in an immense amount of work. So you all put in that work, and you deserve all the good things that are coming your way. So I got some thank yous I gotta say. Before we get into the thank yous though, it's honestly the community first, right? This community is amazing. This community continues to show up, support each other, to take care of each other. And in line with that, our three core tenets are manage your frustration, be consistent, you're consistently showing up, and the third is take care of yourself. And so we are going to take care of ourselves right now. We're at the top of the hour. Even though we're having fun, we're celebrating our wins, it's still important that we take care of ourselves. We're healthy. If you're able, please get up, move around, hydrate, and when we come back, we got a lot of fun stuff to talk about. So I'm going to put a timer up on the clock here. 5 minutes on the clock. Beautiful. Pumpkin platter added 2 minutes to the timer. Wild flamingos, thank you for the hydration. Cheers to you. All right, 7 minutes. All right, everybody. See you in 7 minutes. If you're able, please get up, move around, hydrate, take care of yourself, kiss some babies, and I'll see you all in 7. Come back. You gonna play a new Pokemon game? Hell yeah! Can't wait. Scarlet and Violet comes out. I'm pumped. I'm reading all the leaks and having a good time. Everybody, welcome back. Welcome back. So I said I needed to say some thank you. First and foremost, community. We're community taught through and through. But there's a lot of folks I want to say thank you to while we have everyone together tonight. Before we get into some other fun stuff that we're going to be doing soon. So First, thank you to my wife. Really big thank you to my wife and my new little one. To to say, hey, you know this thing that I used to spend a lot of time doing freelancing that makes us a lot of money? I'm not going to do that anymore. In fact, I'm going to do this thing that costs us a lot of money and takes up most of my weeknights and at least half of every weekend for 2 years. So the fact that not only was my wife super cool with that, but overwhelmingly supportive, carrying the burden on a lot of stuff at home to make sure that I could do this, means a hell of a lot to me. So even after we had a little one and the little one didn't do too well and got better, like to go through that emotional roller coaster and still be supportive of everything that we're doing here, means a hell of a lot to me. So first and foremost, my wife and my little one, because I missed out on some stuff because we're here. All right. A big thank you to our mod team. And I'm going to spend a few seconds here because it's really important. You have no idea what it takes to make this work. Like, you really don't. And it started in the beginning. So you'll notice I have the current mod team here and some OG mods here. So I'm going to start off by saying some things. When we first started talking about the original bootcamp, the amount of vitriol this community faced, the most vile and most disgusting things you could think of, were posted in our Twitch chat. And it's because my day job is helping Black and brown folks get jobs as software engineers. And people online hated that. And they hated that I proudly said that's what I do and that's what I spend my life work on. So when we first started on Twitch, it was an absolute shit show. I mean, I've been called some things in my days. As a black man, you get desensitized to it a little bit, but being live, being black, and being proud of it, the stuff that used to come into this chat was ridiculous. And Alyssa was the person that made sure that none of y'all saw it. So Alyssa's not with us these days, but in the beginning, the reason why we were able to do what we did was because of them. Otherwise, this wouldn't have happened. We would have left. I just would have stopped. So Alyssa waded through the muck to make this start. And so always will have my thanks. And then Okayla and Jesse and OCC picked up the mantle throughout the first cohort and helped us shape this community in ways that still ripple today. And then we have our current mod team. And I can't tell you how much these people mean to me. That they give up all hours of their day. Because being a moderator is not like you're on, like I'm live Tuesday, Thursday, Sundays, but mods are always on. And they're always on Discord. They're always in the chat. And they're making sure you have a phenomenal experience. Every day we delete stuff from Discord. Every single day we have some people that just don't know how to act. We have spam. We have stuff that the mods are so quick to remove, to have passionate discussions about whether or not these things are right for our community. Do we want these things to continue? And if you've ever had a good experience at 100 devs, it's because of the mods. Bilal and I talk once a week, And every good thing that I have come up with has either come from Blah, or Blah has at least said, not a good idea, good idea. So all the cool stuff that's happened at 100 Devs has been because of them. Shaping Huntober, shaping how we run class, shaping how we build out project team. So behind the scenes, Blah, our director of community, does just that. And I would have been lost in the sauce without them. To have that sounding board to make sure I'm going in the right direction each week, that's all Blah. Next, the unsung hero of Discord. Our Discord would screech to a halt if it wasn't for Divker. Like, it would just break. It would just stop working. From helping us build out the threading system that we use in all the help channels, to making sure those help channels actually run. Like, there's so much stuff that breaks, doesn't work, or messages that get lost in the sauce that they're constantly surfacing to make sure that the community keeps running. So literally the tools that we use have come from Divker. They're constantly showing new stuff, constantly making sure that we're making Discord as best as it can be. And the front line of going through every single type of request, every single message, the moderation that happens because Divker brings it up in our mod channels, and then we take action. So thank you, Divker. I really do mean it. Like, this does not work without you. Chris, one of our fearless moderators, has constantly been a source of comfort for so many folks that are going through 100 Devs, for folks that are going through the roughest of times. Chris has sent some beautiful messages that have made the difference in so many people's lives, because we know that this is a roller coaster. We know that there are ups, that there are downs, and they have the biggest skill when it comes to helping people just be okay. Miriam, OG as well, through the thick and thin, not only responding messages, not only just always rolling up their sleeves, but also making sure that I'm okay. Sending me messages to say, like, keep doing it, or checking in to make sure I'm okay, or that meeting sounded a little weird, how you feeling about it, has always come at the right time and helped me do the things that I want to do on top of all their moderation duty. So a huge thank you. Indifferent Ghost is the person that keeps me sane, because nobody has ever done this before. Nobody has done what we're doing live and at scale and tried to pull as many folks as we can forward. And I tell you this, but every single class, I don't know if I'm doing it right. And that imposter syndrome gets in. Like, the lead up to class is always nerve-wracking to me. And Indifferent is always the person that has grounded me, that has experience teaching boot camps and been like, no, we're doing the right thing. We're helping these people. And so they've always helped with the direction of program, but also just letting me know that it's working and that we're actually helping and we're doing the right thing. And so without Indifferent, I would have given up a long time ago. Kieran, an amazing moderator that was always bringing happiness to the moderation team, but also always making sure that when the rest of us were asleep, things were still running smoothly. We're a global community, and they made it that. And we wouldn't have been able to do a lot of the things that we did without them. Yolanda, or Cat Emotion, has always stepped up in the most, when we need them most, they're there. The messages that they've shared, the things that we've asked of them to do for this community, they've done our T-spills. They've shown up time and time again and added a level of calmness and kindness to this community that I'm really thankful for. And then we do a lot of, I try to take gambles. I don't want to call them gambles, but we think of big ideas and we try to see if they'll work. And so Telescope Thieves really helped us figure out project teams and if we could have teams of folks working and building on stuff. And they really made sure that folks came together, that we're able to build the first iteration of project teams and really help lay the groundwork for what I think is going to be coming next. And so a huge thank you to that. That's the moderator team. I hope you all realize that none of this works without them. And I hope that there are some of you here that want to rise to that challenge too, because we're going to need more of y'all. We're going to need more moderators as we continue to grow. Just these few people have brought our community from 0 to over 43,000 people. This is it. This is the list. 43,000 people. And this is it for keeping everything running. Volunteering their time, giving up their nights, their weekends. It's mind-blowing. Thank you to the stream team. My goal is for us to be community taught. That's the thing I care about the most. I do not want to be the only person instructing. I do not want to be the only person shining a path forward. I want us to collectively bring folks into the careers that they want. Without the stream team, we would have lost a lot of folks that were stuck, that needed help, that needed a different way of visualizing, seeing things, doing things, to review homework together, to continue to push, to provide motivation on the days that we weren't live. Our community would have withered very quickly. And the stream team is what helped our community grow and be more than just one person, to really be a community, to really be community taught. And I didn't know it would be these people, but I am thankful every day that it was. Mind Wolf has shown up time and time again for all of y'all. The most difficult topics, they try and break down. They break down in ways that make sense, with compassion and kindness, and pulling you begrudgingly through homework, spending hours, what was it, 12 hours? Like just hours through stuff that you would have had to have done alone. And the fact that so many of you didn't have to do it alone. 14 hours, thank you, for Traversy, is the beginning of community taught. So community taught starts with Mind Wolf. Hello's Rufio has consistently helped us do things that the community needed. I think of their backdating the GitHub. I think through their streams where they started bringing other folks into the community. Hello's Rufio has time and time again shown up for this community, help folks learn, and to keep pushing. Once again, not alone. And Folx has brought warmth to this community, provided a space for folks to continue to do things like their code wars, to do things that are honestly just hard by yourself, but to do it together. That's living up to community taught. And then the OG stream team, which first made this possible. Dab, who you heard during the T-spill, single-handedly brought dozens of y'all into jobs. OCC paved the way for a lot of folks in this community to continue learning and to believe in themselves that they could actually learn this stuff too. So to the stream team, a huge thank you. We're community taught, and these folks show us every single day what that means. Then we have a whole host of folks that have been helpful. And there's no way I can list everyone. I'm just going to list the folks that have been tagged up, and I'm hoping to tag up more of y'all in the coming weeks as we kind of get these surveys out and folks say who's been helpful. So these are folks that have been helpful in the past, but it is not a comprehensive list. When we do one of our follow-up classes, I'll have more folks to add here because there are a lot of you that aren't on here that deserve to be on here, and I'm going to add you. So folks that continue to show up and help our community, and different ghosts who I've talked about, who has had a huge impact on all of us in our community. Rascal 2, who's continued to show up time and time again for this community, from everywhere, from YouTube to Discord to Twitch to the help channels. They have been instrumental in this cohort actually making it. Leveler, Ski, Walid, folks from the OGs that were continually in our channels when there was nobody else, answering questions, pulling folks along. I'm immensely thankful. Rav, who you know from our raids, that continues to show up in our Discord day in and day out. Nick, who's given untold hours of their time to help folks. Even early on, we were getting into things like React. And of course, the fairy job mother, Stephanie, who has been doing an immense amount of one-on-ones that has been coming to our Monday sessions, that'll continue to come to our Monday sessions, that have given us the templates and the things that we need to get our jobs. I am immensely thankful to you all. And for the folks that are not on this list, you will be. But for the folks that give up their time, for the folks that go into the help channels and answer a question, I am immensely thankful. People always ask me, what can I do to support you? What can I do to help 100 devs? And my answer is always, I don't want your money. I want you to go into the help channels and help somebody. And you know what? A lot of folks don't. A lot of folks will cap. A lot of folks will say, hey, Leon, I love 100 devs. I want to help. I want to help. But what they're really saying is, I want clout. Okay, put me on stream. Share my book. Go fuck yourself. If you want to help, get in the help channels and actually help. That's it. That's the best way you can help. I don't want your money. I want your time. Not everybody wants to give it. So for the folks that do, literally the folks that do, that is the thankless, unsung heroes of 100 devs. I'll say it better. There are people that want the vanity of saying they help others, and then there are people that just get in the trenches and help. That's it. There's no way I could think of it. And I want a small army of folks that want to get in the trenches and they want to help. And for the folks that are on this list, they're one of those people. So thank you. If you've ever answered a question on Discord, thank you. If you're saying, Leon, I'm inspired, I want to help, I want to do good, go answer questions on Discord. Most questions always have answers, but they could always have more. If you ever see a question that doesn't have an answer, please. That's what I want. We also have alumni mentors that have shown up to help our study communities that started, that continue to be an extra set of eyes on Discord and continue to help shape this community, not just getting the job or completing program and disappearing, but coming back and continuing to pull more people along. One of the happiest moments I had this year was honestly, just looking at a voice channel and seeing so many of these people a year plus later just hanging out talking. That's a fucking community, right? There's no other proof to it than that. To literally see people on this list that got theirs a year plus ago, that did what they wanted to do, finished program, and then literally a year later are just on voice channels, just because, just hanging out, just talking. That's community. That's community taught. And so I'm thankful for all these folks that signed up to help others, that pull other people along. Thank you. Thank you to the project team that helped us figure out some stuff and how we might have groups within 100 devs that build stuff that we can all use. Thank you, Reddit. Realistically, most people are here because they came from Reddit. And while I have my concerns with certain portions of it, I love me some Reddit, and I think we would be a way smaller community without it. So for everybody that came from Reddit, what up? Of course, thank you, 21 Savage. Without 21 Savage, all of our apps wouldn't work because they all run on 2121. And thank you for inspiring a lot of our projects and the things that we built. Thank you for your latest collaborations with Drake. You continue to be a source of inspiration for our whole community. And then thank you to every single person that showed up. And I say this specifically because there are a lot of y'all, because I got the receipts. I got the analytics, folks. I know that there are a large portion of you that have come to every single class and have never said a damn thing. That have never typed on Discord, have never typed in this chat, have never gone to Remo. I'm glad you're here. Full stop. I don't care if you're just a lurker. That's okay. We need lurkers too. But thank you for showing up. When I talk about all this, folks, I talk about the community. I'm still talking about you. Because you're built different. You continue to show up. You continue to help folks find us. Continue to bump us to the top. And I hope if you're one of those folks that have never typed and you have the ability to, I hope you decide to. You can put an emoji in chat if you want, or just say anything now. Doesn't have to be now. Maybe it'll be on Discord. Maybe it'll be in our events later on. But I'm thankful that you're here, and I hope that you continue to stay part of the community, even if you've just been lurking. So, graduation. If you have been here since the beginning, you have put in the work. If you have continued to show up, congratulations. You have now graduated. That's it. I don't need you to fill out a form. I don't need you to let me know what you did.
First try.
You put in the work and you've been here. Congratulations. You've just graduated 100 devs. I'm going to give a 10-second warning, and then we got to play a little bit of party music. 5-second warning. You put in the work, you showed up. You should be immensely proud of the things that you've been able to achieve, from taking a risk, falling for the scam, signing up, showing up, learning HTML, struggling between like, oh, I gotta look up stuff on the MDN. What is that H1 to learning the basics of CSS, struggling with the box model, struggling with why is this person teaching me floats. Melody, thank you for the gifted subs. Hey, Leah Tico, thank you for the gifted subs. Thank you for being here, and congrats to both of y'all again. To getting some flex in, to learning about responsiveness, to struggling with media queries, to building the salon website and adding some stuff to your baseline portfolio, to learning the big four in JavaScript, learning what the heck functions are, variables are, loops, conditionals, and learning a programming language from scratch, to taking that knowledge and starting to build real stuff that should be on your portfolio to this day, to getting into APIs and getting data back from NASA. Can you just think about this for a second? Billions of years of evolution led to humans. Humans then built out computers. Those computers then helped you learn how to code. And somebody else along that timeline built a big old camera that took a photo of something deep in the galaxy, and you wrote code that took that photo and showed it up on a screen. What is this? Like, what is that? To then taking that JavaScript and understanding that the things that we thought were JavaScript, like the DOM, not JavaScript, set interval, set timeout, not JavaScript, to learning about Node and the back end, to using that skills to build out back end applications, to learning how to handle our views with EJS, to learning how Mongo works and adding documents, and then learning MVC and building out bigger and bigger applications, building full stack web applications together, learning how to learn with Dr. Barbara Oakley, to getting clients, contributing to open source, to learning data structures and algorithms, a touch of React, to coming to stand up, to giving your nights and weekends to learn. Folks, you're special. Other individuals won't do those things. They'll say they want it, but they don't want to do the work. All the nightmares, all those long nights, all that hard reading, those hard videos, the stuff that didn't make sense. Leon, why'd you say it like that? I need to go get me some Mind Wolf to explain it better. You stuck through it. You stuck through it. You managed your frustration. You did it. The first thing I told you to do is manage your frustration. You stayed consistent. You got your shit done. And I hope you took care of yourself along the way, because you're still here. So that's how I know you did it. Because the folks that didn't listen to that last piece, they're not here anymore. Taking care of yourself is an equal part of this process. And as you go into the hunt, as you go into what I think is the most difficult part of this process, I hope you don't forget those three things. Manage your frustration, be consistent, and take care of yourself. Those three things got you to this point. They got you to graduating. And they're going to carry you through the hunt. Rose hat. Did everyone see Brendan's hat? It was amazing. If you haven't followed him on Twitter, you're missing out. All right. Congratulations, everybody. Really well deserved. All right. So what's next? Well, we're going to have a virtual party It's about finding the right platform for it. So probably right before the holidays, or maybe right after, we're going to have a virtual party where we can hopefully hang out with each other, commiserate, spend some well-earned time together, just hanging out and partying. We're going to do a little bit of that tonight, but I want a slightly better platform that might be open to more folks. And then Blah has been trying to plan for a very long time a West Coast meetup. So we're going to make it happen. We're going to do a West Coast meetup, and then we're going to talk about 100 maintainers, because I would love to see a bunch of other local meetups happen where folks come together, and we're going to help try and facilitate that. So folks that have been going through this experience might be able to see some of you in like real life. So that's something we're going to start trying to facilitate, just to say hello, to see each other. So that's coming. You deserve to celebrate your victories together. So we'll do a virtual party, and then we're going to also try and help facilitate some meetups so folks can celebrate together. So that leads us into what's next. And there's a couple big things I want to talk about what's next. And the first thing is that Huntstober, or Huntsgiving, continues. So every single day we are doing stand-up or a tea spill. That's going to go throughout into the holidays and probably a little bit after. I really want you all to have more experience with data structures and algorithms, and that's just a little bit of daily practice that we can do to learn all that. Also, it's a place for you all to ask questions that you're running to on the actual hunt. You got an offer, how do you negotiate? You got an interview, what should you prepare? All this stuff that keeps coming up. We want a space for you to be able to get that help and support literally every single day. And so that's going to continue for the foreseeable future. All right. Hey, there you go. That's awesome. We also are still finishing up the first wave. So the first wave of all the Hunttober stuff is still happening. Touring is still happening. The letters, the verifications and stuff like that are still going out. And now that I have a little bit more time, we'll be able to get those things hopefully done within the next week. So that'll go out very soon. And then we'll send out messages for wave 2. So give me about like another week and a half for wave 1. And then we'll figure out wave 2, and then we'll figure out how to do something for the rest of the community. Can you please accept people into the LinkedIn group? They've been accepted. Make sure you have a lot of folks that say, hey, Leon, I have a photo and a description. Don't actually have a photo and description. Pull up your profile on a like separate window, like an incognito window, and make sure you have those two things. If you do, you get at it. Cool. So all those goodness still continues. Wave 1 finishing up. Wave 2 will be soon, and we'll keep going. We also have a few more classes that I want to get through. Postgres, testing, agile methodology. I probably won't be the only person doing these. We'll probably have guests that'll be joining me to work through these things. There's no hard date for any of this stuff. It's just as I find the right folks from the community that want to help me work through it. That's what we're going to do. So we're going to get to these and a few other things I think are important to just be on the top of your brain. And then I need a lot of help. Like a lot of help. Folks keep asking about a third cohort, and there is no way a third cohort happens without help from the community. And so I've had this idea for a little while called 100 maintainers. And over the next few weeks, we're going to be sharing more. Basically, next week's surveys will be going out for feedback and stuff like that. And then also just me trying to recruit folks for 100 maintainers. Folks that feel passionately about what we are doing, has an impact, and could change literally the trajectory of some folks' lives and their careers. I want folks that are committed to that mission, committed to the idea of what we built here is special, and wants to see it grow. And there are so many things that I want to have someone take charge of, from our YouTube, from our social media, from our website to our documentation for each class. Like, there's so many projects that get put on the back burner that if we had someone that wanted to step up, rise up to the challenge and own, and then be supported by the community, be supported by myself and Blah and the rest of the moderator team, that's the future, right? The future is us coming together to build, hands down, the best experience possible. And so on that form will be a lot of things that I think we need, but I am open to whatever you think would improve the next cohort if you are serious about owning it and making it the best it can be. So I really want someone to make sure that our help channels are the best that they can be. I want to make sure that as I am building out the platform for our jobs, right? Like, I want to, like, we have the job board that's launching relatively soon. I want somebody that wants to own the relationships with the companies that go on the job board. I want somebody that owns the relationships with the folks that we bring on as guests to our streams. Like, there's so many things that we could be doing and firing on all cylinders if folks from this community wanted to do it. And so when folks ask me, when is the next cohort? I don't know. If we can figure out all these things and support not just 1,000 people, but 10,000 people, 100,000 people going through a program like this, that gets me excited, right? That gets me excited. How can we support? We went from 300, right, to thousands. How do we go to 10,000s? And that is a scope beyond me, right? That's a scope beyond me. And so if we're really community taught, we need to build out those systems that help the entire community. And that's what I think 100 maintainers should be. And so maintainers are from open source communities. So in open source communities, you have a maintainer, somebody that owns that part of the project. And that's what I want for 100 devs. I want somebody that wants to own that part of the project, that gets all the laurels, that gets all the wins, that can proudly say, hey, I handle this at 100 devs. And that's what we're looking for. And so we'll be sharing a form next week that you can sign up if you would like to sign up, and that will have a place to share what you think you would want to handle if it's not on that list. And so that's 100 maintainers. I already had so many folks that have come out and said they want to do this. And so it's going to take us a while. Things are going to not be great in the beginning. We're going to find ways to build out consistent documentation, to build out consistent process. Nobody has done this at scale. Nobody has done this where they have 40,000+ people in a Discord, thousands of plus people in each class. And so there will be speed bumps, but I think together we can build something that really works well for the next cohort of 100 devs. And so that's, if you want to, that's one thing that I really want to focus on for the next cohort. Then my baby, the thing that I have wanted since the beginning, is the agency. And so the agency site will be going live. It's not done. So PRs are welcome once the site goes live. This weekend, hand to God, it is going live, and it will not be good. And so PRs are welcome. Folks that want to add documentation, that want to add things that help folks learn more about 100 devs will be live. And that'll be just the start. The long-term goal is for individuals, as they are learning, to have the ability to complete pull requests and get paid. If you don't want to do that and you just want the traditional 100 devs experience, that's okay. That's absolutely fine with me. But not everyone has that privilege. And I do not want to continue to build systems that do not work for everyone. It is great that so many of us have the luxury and privilege of time to work on this stuff unpaid. Not everyone has that privilege. And so for folks that need a way to fund the time that they're investing as they are learning, that's where the agency comes into play. I already have some companies that want to work with us, but think about the power, right? Think about the power of what our community brings to an organization that hires our agency, right? Think about it. It's not just development. It's beta testers, it's QA, it's maybe initial customers, it's promotion, it's thousands of likes and retweets before they even freaking launch. Unique minds, exactly, bringing ideas to their product, right? It's something that no other agency could provide, and we have the means to do it. And so my long-term vision is that someone comes to the agency, the project gets broken down into digestible digestible issues. And as you complete pull requests, you get paid a portion of what funds came into the agency. And if you don't want to do that part, that's okay. If you do, you now have a means of getting paid while you go through program. And you also have real world experience on your portfolio when you graduate. On your resume, you can put the real clients that you've worked for. So I pushed you all to do it independently. And now I would love to help you do it not independently, but through the agency. And so this will be a hard fought victory. This will be something that's going to take a long time. It's going to be a lot of hard work. It's going to be something that delays the next cohort until we figure it out. But it's the next thing I'm setting my mind to. And it's what I think is the only way to continue equitably. Free is not free for everyone. And I think this is one of the solutions. Now, there's a lot of stuff we got to figure out. I'll be hosting kind of like weekly calls on everything that I think that I'm putting into this, asking for help to build it out. Everything will be done in the open, completely open books, completely open budgets, every contract, everything will be in the open. So when somebody comes to the agency, that's what they're signing up for. Because that's also a big mystery to a lot of folks. Like, how do I do actual contracts? How do I talk to clients? How do I build real products? Well, what if every single person that was building the product was also streaming it, right? And so there's an idea here that I think is going to take some time to figure out, but I think it could be a huge differentiator for folks that really need it. Mm-hmm. Now, the first thing you're saying is, Leon, wait a minute, setting up an agency, incorporating lawyers, contracts, figuring out payroll, all of this stuff costs a lot of money. Why not be a nonprofit? Well, if I started a nonprofit, the donations would come from y'all. The donations would come from you. And that defeats the whole goddamn point of me not wanting you to have to pay any money. I know the moment that we start a nonprofit, you are all paying money to that nonprofit. That defeats the entire point of everything I've done over these last 2 years. It also causes a lot of really hard red tape. That means that a lot of bigger brands can't just work with us. So the way that we fund 100 devs going into the future is through the agency. And everything will be open, all the books will be open, all the work will be open, and that's the way we make it sustainable, not only for us, but for everyone that comes through that needs the means to support themselves as they go through program. Now, starting all this costs a lot of money. Setting up an agency, incorporating, getting real good lawyers in place to make sure I'm doing everything and not fucking everything up, getting real bookkeepers, all this stuff in place costs significant money, like actual investment, to get this done. And so you're saying, Leon, well, how are you going to get this off the ground? Well, I would like to introduce our first sponsor of many, Raid Shadow Legends. It's not a meme. They're literally sponsoring us. Yeah, it's not a joke. They're literally giving us money so that we can build out the agency. So next week, I will be playing Raid Shadow Legends on stream, and they're gonna pay us enough money that I can hire like lawyers and stuff to build the agency. But only if you all show up. This has been a dream of mine since the beginning. This moment right here is what I did everything for. I've always wanted to be able to say that we were sponsored by Raid Shadow Legends, just for the meme of it, but it's true. It really happened. They're sponsoring our community. And so next week I'll be playing Raid on stream. For each person that signs up with our code, we get even more money for the agency. And for each person that makes it to level 25, it's a completely free game. For each person that makes it to level 25, they actually get free merch. So not only did I figure out a way to fund the agency, but there's also a way for you to get free merch. And the merch actually says, don't sign up yet. You got to use the code or else we don't get any money. All right. I'll release the code next week when we do everything. But yeah, so if you sign up with our link, that directly funds the agency. It'll all be open. I'll show you how much money is coming in, all that stuff. And then the folks that make it to level 25, I believe I'm trying to negotiate more, but it's the first 100. Can't make this shit up, folks. The first 100 folks to make it to level 25 will get custom merch that says 100 devs investor on it. So you can join the boardroom. You can come join the boardroom. The people that make it to level 25 will get a mug or a tote bag that says 100 devs with our logo and then investor. Because you invested in starting the agency by playing Raid Shadow Legends. So this is so fun. I love this. So I'm out here grinding, y'all. I'm out here grinding. I'm taking all the sponsorships. We're going to get this agency off the ground. And I'm super happy that Raid Shadow Legends is sponsoring us. So that'll be next week. Come through, hang out. When I share the link, if you sign up with the link, the more people that sign with the link, the more money the agency gets. And then the first 100 folks that make it to level 25, each person that makes it to level 25 makes us more money for the agency. And then the first 100 folks that reach level 25 get a mug or tote bag that says 100 devs investor on it. So I hope that you join us next week as we lay the groundwork for our community and building out the agency. Yeah. Tell me this was all. I love this. This is I've always wanted to do this. Let's go. All right. Now, before we spend some time together this evening, one last push. You all are phenomenal software engineers. Was it a joke? No, it wasn't a joke. This is dead serious. I am dead serious. Because look, it's everything that we want, right? It's everything we want. Raid is completely free to play. You can play it not only on your desktop, you can also play it on your mobile phone. It runs on freaking toasters. That's perfect. I will never HelloFresh, Factor, all these other companies want to work with us because our community is so strong. I say no to those sponsors because it would cost you money to get those things. right? Like if I took a HelloFresh sponsor, that is telling, don't stop spamming it because it's not gonna I don't want people to sign up now. We need them to sign up with our link, right? If I took a HelloFresh sponsorship, right, and I made stuff on stream, that's asking you all to then go and buy something. I will never take those sponsorships, right? But Raid is completely free. You can play it on a toaster. And if you get to level 25, you get free stuff. Like, what? Can't beat that. All right. Now, one last push before we spend some time together tonight. You are all phenomenal software engineers. You all have done things that other folks cannot do or won't do. You have given up nights, weekends, untold number of hours. You have ridden the roller coaster through highs and lows. You have trudged through the trough of sorrow. You've gotten lost in the muck. But you kept moving forward. And so I want you to be immensely proud of the work that you put in and the work that you will continue to do. Knowledge in our brains is the only fucking thing people can't take from us. And whether you've been here for one class or 69, you now have things that others do not know, things that folks cannot take from you, things that will put food on the table, things that can unlock a career that'll change yours, your families, and those around you's lives forever. A lot of you are at the end of the trough of sorrow. You're at that point that I showed you, the dip that goes even deeper. The dip where it feels like you can't continue. It feels like rejection after rejection. And that stuff can eat at you more than any other part of this process. And so all I ask is that you don't give up. And when you are in that low and you are close, go in the struggle bus channel. Tell us what's happening. Tell us what's going on so that we can live up to being community taught, that we can help those that are at the breaking point and help pull them forward. And if you have made it through those wiggles of false hope and you are completing your hunt, or you're a little earlier and you just haven't gotten there yet, when you see somebody at that point, please live up to being community taught and help folks through those lows and into the job. You are a phenomenal software engineer. You are built different. You have done things that others cannot do or won't do. You deserve the things that are coming your way. You deserve to have a wonderful career. You deserve to have a wonderful life that can be afforded to you because of that career. I hope you remember all the folks that are in this chat right now, all the folks that are here right now saying they want to help you carry the boats and logs, that have been with us since the beginning. They're here for you, they're here for me, and when you need us most, we'll be here for you. It has been an absolute privilege to spend this time with you all, to see your journey from not knowing the difference between HTML and JavaScript to the phenomenal software engineers that you are today, building so many fantastic programs and applications, running meetups, getting phenomenal jobs. Our community is strong because of the work that you put in. Our community is strong because you continue to show up. Our community is strong because of the energy you bring to it. And I hope you don't forget us. I hope that you continue to show up on Discord. I hope you continue to show up here in chat. I hope as we do all the things that we're setting up as our big goals for the future, for this community, for the folks that need it most, you help. And so I would love to spend a little time tonight hanging out on our favorite platform and end like we started. And that's together. So I'm going to move to Remo. I'm going to hang out. I'm going to jump to a bunch of different tables to talk with folks, to hang out with you all, and to celebrate a little bit. But this isn't the end. It's honestly the beginning of a lot of what I hope are really wonderful things to come. We still got some classes together. We still got some sponsors to go through. We got an agency to build. We got a community to maintain. And I'm glad you decided to give me a chance. I hope you've learned some wonderful things. And I know the job you're hoping for is going to come soon. So I will see you all on Remo. I hope you have a good morning, a good afternoon, or a good evening, no matter where you're coming from. I hope you're doing well. We don't get got. We go get. See you on Remo, everybody. Peace.